after a new mom, CBS Thursday.
Here comes Daniel Sorensen on the hit. You can see he goes with his shoulder. It gets below the head and neck area, so that's why the penalty isn't called for. The sideline was looking for a hit on a defenseless player, but that was a good clean hit, able to knock the ball loose.
It leaves Manning and the Broncos with a 3rd and 11. Manning steps up, going deep down this sideline. It is intercepted once again by Kansas City. It is a good catch at the 49, now ruled incomplete. First official said yes, second official said no. And Ron Parker wanted that one badly.
Well, the only thing I could think of is he landed out of bounds. It doesn't look like he bobbles the ball. Oh, I bet the Chiefs could challenge that. And there comes the flag.
Challenge flag thrown by
he initially moves it, and then he secures it. And when that elbow hits the ground, and his backside hits the ground, the ball's secured. So the key, though, is it was ruled incomplete on the field. Is it going to be enough to overturn it? I think there's enough there to overturn it, but I've been wrong quite a bit lately.
Kansas City is challenging the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass. Timeout.
So Gene Steratore and the officials will take a look at this one, and we'll take a break.
Okay, we're here. There's Dad, Mom, the twins, Aunt Alice.
You didn't tell me Aunt Alice was coming.
Of course.
Don't forget Grandpa. Can the test drive be over now? Maybe just head back to the dealership.
Don't you want to meet my family?
Yep, totally.
It's practically yours, but we still need your signature. The Sign Then Drive event. 0 do-it signing, 0 down, 0 deposit, and 0 first month's payment on a new Jetta and other select Volkswagen models.
There are things we expect from a phone screen. We expect it to be rigid. We expect it to be flat. We expect it to be fragile. But what if it wasn't? Wouldn't that change what we expect from a phone? Meet the new Droid Turbo 2 with Moto Shatter Shield technology. The world's first shatterproof screen. Only on Verizon. Get up to $300 when you trade in your phone and buy the Droid Turbo 2.
It's time to play Game Time Gold at McDonald's.
How about them Cowboys?
Get a Chicken McNuggets 20-piece for $5 and you'll get 2 chances to win. With millions of instant win prizes and a $500,000 winner guaranteed every week, who's your team?
I'm ready. Intel's best processor is here. So you can take this very real, very terrifying memory and edit it, share it, play it back in 4K quality.
Introducing Intel's new 6th generation core processor. It's our best processor ever.
Get your smart on with a new Scorpion. CBS Monday, 9/8 Central.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by National Car Rental. Go National. Go like a pro. And by Papa John's, official pizza sponsor of the NFL.
Gene Steratore is ready with his decision.
After review, the ruling on the field has changed. The defender maintained possession, landed with a body part inbounds with control of the football. It is an interception. The ball will be 1st and 10. Kansas City on the Kansas City 49-yard line. Hash mark nearest Denver's bench. Kansas City is not charged a timeout.
Our officiating expert, Mike Carey, standing by in New York. Mike, what'd you see?
Yeah, I agree with this. Here's why this is tough. There are a number of things the referee and the officials have to process. First, was it pass interference? Did he have a clean catch? You see the bobble, then he gets control. The left elbow glances inbound right before everything hits out of bounds. In a split second, you need to make all those decisions. That's why we have replay.
All right, Mike, thank you so much. So it's the 4th interception of the day for Peyton Manning. And once again, they take over at midfield, and let's go down to Jamie.
Greg, keep in mind on the play before the interception, Emmanuel Sanders took a pretty hard hit. He was awake and talking to the athletic trainers, but he did go back to the locker room, and he is being evaluated for a concussion right now.
All right, thank you, Jamie. That is the play that cost in all likelihood, Emmanuel Sanders the rest of this game. Meanwhile, more good field position for this Kansas City offense. On 2nd and 10, Smith up the middle, now throws and had it tipped incomplete. That looked like the potential for a big gainer because Jason Avant was open right in the middle of the field.
Right as Alex had slid up into the pocket and trying to step up there, Danny Trevathan's the one that jumps up, is able to get a hand on it. If he hits Avant on the run across the field, there's nobody in the middle of the field, and he's able to get a big gain out of that. So very nice play there by Danny Trevathan in the middle.
4 interceptions, the most for Peyton Manning in a long time. A little positive reinforcement from Brock Osweiler, his backup. 3rd and 10. Smith, all kinds of running room. Has the first down and out of bounds at the 34-yard line of the Denver Broncos.
Alex Smith, once again, being smart with the football, understanding the position of the field he's in, realizing that the pressure's up the field, don't take any risks with the football, eliminate the turnover, secure the football, and able to pick up the first down.
You know, we aren't the first ones that have said it, Trent, but you cannot turn the ball over at the rate that the Denver Broncos have this afternoon and expect to win a game.
Well, and just flip it. We just showed the stat of what happened in the first game when the Chiefs had 5 turnovers and the Broncos only had 1. Ultimately, Denver ended up winning that football game. So turnovers are a huge factor, and they are again here today.
West on first down. And that'll be basically a no gain. Maybe a yard on the play, depending on the spot. Clock continues to move, 7:50 to play here in the 3rd.
Chiefs are taking their time, being very methodical in and out of the huddle. We're still here in the middle of the 3rd quarter, but they've got control of this football game. And KC.Cairo Santos has been perfect on field goals today.
So they haven't been coming away empty-handed on their drives on offense. 2nd and 9. Smith pulls it down and then incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Probably about the 5th or 6th time they went back to that play. That time Denver was all over it. They tried doing some quick misdirection and get it to the outside. 3rd down here. With the way this game is going, the control of the game, especially the way your defense is playing, you don't have to be real risky up the field. Take what the defense gives you. I know it sounds very conservative, very cliche, but there's no reason for that big risky throw here. Could almost even go a screen or a draw if you're not going to go just a quick throw to the outside.
Alex Smith has thrown 8 straight incomplete passes. Under pressure, and he goes down back at the 43, and that's Von Miller.
Miller is coming off the edge here. He's working to the outside here. Alex Smith doesn't see it as he's looking out to his right.
And it would have been a long field goal attempt.
Well, it's one that they can make. Now, from where the ball is, a 42-yard line, it's a 60-yard field goal. We've seen KC.Cairo Santos on his field goal attempts make that. There's no reason to risk it right now, though. So that's why you punt it. You keep control of the field position.
And this one will bounce out of bounds, and again, another terrific punt. Let's see where the spot is. At the 9-yard line, and when we return, looks like Brock Osweiler will step in at the quarterback position for the Denver Broncos.
For our Players' Choice pizzas, we made the NFL players' favorite pizzas. Now you can eat like an NFL player.
If I can eat like a football player, I can talk like one, I can work out like one, I can even dress like one.
Look, you can eat the pizza. You just can't steal my shorts.
Up your game with our Players' Choice pizzas. The new spicy sriracha meats, the barbecue chicken and bacon, or the loaded works for $12 each.
Better ingredients, better pizza,
better football.
At the new papajohns.com.
wireless carriers make families share data. Some way to say happy holidays. Switch to T-Mobile now and get 4 lines with up to 6 gigs each. And no sharing, just $30 a line. That's 6 gigs each, plus unlimited streaming with Binge On. Stream Netflix, HBO Now, Hulu, and many more without using data. Get 6 gigs each, just $30 a line, plus free video streaming. Ditch your data worries with T-Mobile.
Your 15 minutes are up, you boring.
Oh, shut up, you mean girl.
Supergirl, stand down.
He was tough.
She.
Oh. Respect.
New Supergirl, CBS Monday, or stream it live or on demand.
In the middle of that huddle, number 17, Brock Osweiler, the 4th-year quarterback from Arizona State, as Peyton Manning looks on from the sideline. After he set the record, it has been a frustrating afternoon for the future Hall of Famer. Osweiler complete out to the 15-yard line. Demaryius Thomas.
And that's a smart play. Get him his first play in there. Give him a nice quick throw. Get the ball out of your hands quickly.
And Jamie Erdahl has confirmed from the sideline for us that there is no injury to Peyton Manning that has pulled him from this game. It is Coach Gary Kubiak's decision. Hillman spinning out of trouble and then gets hit hard by Josh Malga.
Peyton Manning's day today. He gets the record, becomes the all-time leading passer in NFL history. They stopped the game to acknowledge it. There's an interception by Josh Malga. They're under pressure all day, was never allowed to get comfortable in the pocket, ultimately ended up with 4 interceptions in 2.5 quarters of play.
So he watches from the sideline and does a little coaching on 3rd and 2.
Look, it's a hot! Taylor! 39's Mike! Omaha! Set!
Osweiler almost intercepted on the far side of the field by Sean Smith. Do you like Gary Kubiak's decision at this point in the game, Trent?
You know, I thought they would wait until the start of the 4th quarter. I thought they would have, you know, even though Peyton's had his struggles, if this had to continue struggling, I was going to bring that up, that maybe in the 4th quarter starting to do it. They decided to jump on it earlier. They really haven't done anything offensively. 40 yards in the first half, 17 so far in the 3rd quarter. So it's the right move. Go ahead and make it happen. It's not a great day for Peyton Manning in terms of setting a record and then the 4 interceptions and being yanked from a game, a healthy yank from the game. So it's one that he's going to be very frustrated about, but get Brock Osweiler in there and see if you can't get him some work.
This ball will settle down at about the 37, maybe the 38-yard line, and that's where Kansas City will get things started. Tonight, Scott Pelley reports from Paris on the terrorist attacks, plus how the NFL is changing the game to better protect the players on 60 Minutes tonight.
You know, the fact remains it's still a 3-possession game, so it's not like this is completely out of hand. There's still time. We've seen plenty of teams score 3 touchdowns in a quarter, so the Chiefs have to continue doing what they're doing, not be risky with the football and not give a short field to Denver. Denver's had to work the full length of the field. We just showed a little bit ago the starting point for both these teams that they've, on average, that they've had all day, and you've got to make them work the length of the field, especially with an inexperienced quarterback.
Alex Smith. And out of the backfield is West. And West is out of bounds at about the 44. It'll be 2nd and 2. And 5:01 to play. You know, Gary Kubiak had to be wondering, well, with the way this Kansas City offense has been operating, just how many more possessions would he get?
Yeah, how many more chances are you going to have? I mean, you really can't say that the Denver defense is playing poorly. Kansas City's sitting at 204 yards right now, so it's not like they're moving up and down the field. It's just been the field position. Because of the turnovers, because of the special teams play and some penalties, Kansas City's benefited from great field position.
That pass batted down by Shaquille Barrett. It'll be 3rd and 2. Denver has possessed the ball 12 minutes and 16 seconds today, compared to 27-13
Shaquille Barrett coming up the side here. He's going to see the quick bubble screen to the outside. He jumps, and Alex Smith is fortunate he didn't just come up with that catch and or come up with that interception and take off the other way.
3rd and 2. There hasn't been very much to cheer about for these Denver fans. Alex Smith throwing, sideline, incomplete. Jeremy Maclin covered by Chris Harris Jr., and onto the field comes the Kansas City punting unit.
But that's still a smart throw. Even though he could have made a throw that could be more contested, that you could put it in a position where Maclin could battle for it, why take the risk of throwing a ball that could ultimately be batted up in the air, safety come over the top, get the interception? Alex Smith was smart with the football, throw it away. Dustin Colquitt's great at putting the ball down inside around the 10, so keep this field position game going.
This one bouncing inside the 5 and saved down there near the goal line. Let's see where they're going to put it down. The touchback made it into the end zone. Jamel Fleming, the first guy down there, tried to save it right there. And then Salim Hakeem couldn't stay out of the end zone.
Yeah, Hakeem loses his feeding there as he slips, and you can see that he's touching the goal line or into the end zone while having his hands on the football. Easy call for the officials.
Although Gene Steratore is in the middle of a conversation down at the 2-yard line.
Well, they may be asking if the Bronco player goes in there to try and get the ball. Once it's touched that first time, there's no jeopardy for the Bronco player to go in there. If he ends up touching it, then that would take it back to the other spot.
With the crew, the ruling on the field is that the kicking team member possessed the football and then released it. That possession is a downing and a down punt at the 1-yard line. We are putting the ball at the 1-yard line. 1st and 10, Denver.
So here is the possession by Fleming. And then the madhouse at the 1-yard line. Mike Carey, back in New York. Explain that to us.
Great. This is an unusual one, but just like a pass, a receiver, the kicking team, when he gets control of the ball 2 feet down, and then he has time to do something, and he pushes the ball backwards. That means it's a catch at that spot, and because it was a kick, the ball is dead at that spot.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Osweiler out of his own end zone, and that's complete across the 10 to Owen Daniels for a first down.
That's a great explanation, Mike, because understanding that rule, as you see Fleming get possession of the ball, he took 3 steps before he flipped it back. So clearing that up for us, I know the fans here in Denver in the stadium weren't real happy about it, but Brock Osweiler on his own 1-yard line, standing tall in his own end zone, not getting nervous at all, firing into Owen Daniels to give him some space now.
3:44 to play in the 3rd. Osweiler with all kinds of time and flips it out here to the near side. And Demaryius Thomas gets another first down across the 30 to the 31.
I think it's important to note as a defensive coordinator, as defensive players, you prepare for a certain type of quarterback, and sometimes you have different players. You know, you go to Pittsburgh earlier this year when Roethlisberger went out and then all of a sudden switched to Michael Vick. Those are 2 completely different types of players. Peyton Manning and Brock Osweiler are very similar. They want to stand tall in the pocket. They want to make their progressions, push the ball up the field when they get a chance. And so I don't think you necessarily have to change a whole lot from a defensive standpoint if you're Kansas City.
Osweiler had to get rid of it in a hurry. Coming in from the near side was Justin Houston.
You see Houston coming off the edge here. Wins on that first move against Virgil Green, applying the pressure along with Jay Howard.
Well, Brock Osweiler already with 37 passing yards compared to 35 all day for Peyton Manning. 3 first downs on this drive already. Osweiler hit head on and brought down at about the 34 to 35-yard line by Hussein Abdullah.
Once again, Houston bringing the pressure up the field, making Osweiler step up in the pocket. As I said, he has a little bit more mobility than Peyton Manning, but not someone that I think is going to scare you when he gets out on the perimeter and takes off and runs.
So that's a little bit more bulk to tackle, too.
Yeah.
Hey, check Cocker, Zonka.
3rd and 6.
Cocker, Zonka.
As we come up on 2 minutes to play in the third. Osweiler got hit as he threw the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, that's dangerous as that was down around Osweiler's left knee.
And we have a penalty marker down on the near side of the field.
Illegal use of hands. Hands to the face. Defense. Number 22. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
So that's the rookie Marcus Peters. Let's see what 22 did.
Said hands to the face. There it is initially. Got it off there pretty quick, but that's one of those points of emphasis this year, and they don't want the defense going to the face for obvious reasons, and Peters gets the call and gives the Broncos a first down.
Osweiler going to go deep down the sideline. Another penalty marker is thrown. And a little jawing and a little shoving on the near side, and that's Peters and Demaryius Thomas.
Well, and that's just Peters losing his cool there, because Demaryius, we all saw it. Demaryius Thomas shoved him first, but no penalty was called on that, and then Marcus Peters decides to shove him back, and that one does get called. But initially, there's either going to be a holding or a pass interference call before the second flag comes in after the play.
You know, I would think the Kansas City Chiefs want to be very careful not to lose their composure here in the second half. Here's Gene Steratore.
There is no foul for unnecessary roughness. There is, however, a foul for pass interference. Defense, number 22, the spot foul, automatic, first down.
So they took the 2 shoves as offsetting, basically.
Here's the original penalty as Marcus Peters is in contact with Demaryius Thomas. Pretty obvious he's grabbing him. That's what the penalty. Then you see him jawing back and forth. Marcus Peters talks about him grabbing the back of his head. Demaryius shoves him, and it's a little back and forth. And then the flag comes in, which is crazy. It ultimately was talked about by the officials. It was good that they overturned that second penalty, as both players were involved in that. But the pass interference call was pretty obvious.
Trent, safe to say the Denver Broncos are in 4-down territory.
They definitely are in 4. Yeah, they definitely are.
Osweiler throwing and overthrows everybody. Under pressure as we take time to head back to New York. JB and Coach Bill Caldwell.
Minnesota looking to solidify itself in first.
And after a Terrence Newman interception in the end zone, Adrian Peterson goes 80 yards. He has 203 yards on the day, and the Minnesota Vikings, with a Green Bay loss, take over first place in the NFC North.
Back to Greg Gumbel.
All right, guys, thank you. There you take a look at the NFC North standings. Green Bay, you just have to call it a shocking loss to Detroit Lions today.
Very shocking loss, and the fact that Minnesota's doing that to Oakland. Oakland's one of the hot teams in the league, hot young teams in the league. So
Osweiler shakes his way out of trouble and slides down at the 37 to 38-yard line. Brock Osweiler at 6'8", 240 pounds, got away from Justin Houston.
Justin Houston, as he's getting close to Osweiler, decides to try and strip the ball out. Doesn't get as clean a hit as maybe he could have. By doing that, Osweiler's able to rip through that arm tackle and get a nice little gain.
38-yard line, 3rd and 4. Osweiler throwing, incomplete. And the collision out there between number 16, Benny Fowler, and Eric Berry, the safety for Kansas City.
Well, Greg, you called it just a minute ago. It looks like the Broncos are staying on the field to go for this 4th down. We haven't had a chance to talk about Eric Berry much today. That time coming in, looks like he was going for the football. Ended up banging shoulders with Fowler. What a great story Eric Berry is, coming back after last year dealing with lymphoma, beating it.
And a true leader. So they're going ahead now on 4th and 4. And what's been working for Brock Osweiler?
Well, he's been able to get the ball out of his hands, and yeah, he's taken some shots. He's been able to work the underneath. Hasn't had a lot of success throwing the ball up the field, but being able to hit that underneath stuff, and that's what they need right now with only 4 yards to go.
Running out of time on the play clock. They use a timeout to stop the clock with 1:02 to play here in the 3rd. Down to Jamie.
Well, Greg, we saw Emmanuel Sanders leave the field earlier for a concussion assessment. He's past the protocol. He's back on the sideline, but he's standing without his helmet. So take that as you may.
All right, Jamie, thank you. I would take that as meaning that as talented a receiver as Emmanuel Sanders is, they're taking no chances with him.
Yeah, I don't think you want to take that risk. And if he passed concussion protocol, there was a question mark of him. He had to come in today just to get clearance to play in this game, dealing with some other injuries during the week. Didn't practice all week, so
it's a tender ankle.
Smart decision not to force him back in.
So 4th and 4. Osweiler needs the 34 for a 1st down. And that's complete to the 30-yard line to Demaryius Thomas. New set of downs for Denver.
And the Chiefs are okay with that. You see the cushion that they're giving up. They're giving up the cushion. Leave the underneath stuff, try and rally, make the tackle, bring some pressure if you can. They just didn't want to give up something over the top when you're trying to force the hand on a 4th down where you become too risky and then all of a sudden you give up a big touchdown. So I think they were fine with that. Obviously, they want to stop them, but I think they're fine with that, being able to rally and make the tackle.
Under half a minute to play. Demaryius Thomas left the field. The give is to C.J. Anderson. And Anderson hit hard by number 96, Jay Howard. And that looks like that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. We have played 3. 22-0 Kansas City. Peyton Manning looking on from the side. Back after this message and a word from your local station.
This week, Steven welcomes Julianne Moore, Justin Theroux, Sharon Stone, and Monday, Bill Maher. Plus Medal of Honor winner Captain Florent Groberg. Only CBS.
Criminal Minds. New episode CBS Wednesday, 9/8 Central.
Opportunity has no slow season, no off days or downtime. Opportunity is everything you make of it. This winter, take advantage of our season's best offers on the latest generation of Cadillacs. The 2016 Cadillac ATS. Get this low mileage lease from around $269 per month or purchase with 0% APR financing.
This is the fantasy football season that could change it all. DraftKings.com is the one-week fantasy football destination. Compete whenever you want with a new season every week. Try it free. Just pick your sport, pick your players, and pick up another win. Get free entry with promo code TURF in our championship event this Sunday. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Get to DraftKings.com.
not getting away this time.
Watch me.
Into the Badlands. Series premiere tonight at 10 on AMC.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
Well, back in New York, executive producers of the NFL on CBS, Sean McManus and Harold Bryant, and the president of CBS Sports, David Burson. Here in Denver, our producer, Bob Monsbach, our director, Suzanne Smith, Greg Gumbel, Trent Green, Jamie Erdahl. As we start the fourth quarter, Denver trying desperately to get something going from the 25-yard line. 2nd and 5, 15 minutes to play, 22-0 Kansas City. Osweiler, far side of the field, tipped incomplete. Intended for Owen Daniels, and that was Eric Berry once again.
Talk about how important the tight end is in this Gary Kubiak offense. Osweiler trying to hit Owen Daniels up the seam. Got an injury on the far side of the field, Marcus Peters.
And the massaging of the calf muscle looks like it would indicate the possibility of a leg cramp. Let's check in with JB and Coach Cowher.
Brady still has an outstanding weapon.
Yeah, how about this? Rob Gronkowski's going to catch this ball, split the two defenders, and go 76 yards. It's the longest reception of his career. And the New England Patriots take back the lead 24-23 over the Giants.
Back to Greg Gumbel.
All right, guys. Boy, the New York Giant team has the ability to play the New England Patriots tough.
They do, and going back to what Tony Gonzalez said, the NFL Today, he was all over Gronkowski having a big day, and Tony was proved right on that play.
He just likes most any tight end, you know that.
Give him any credit for talking about tight ends. I was cracking up as I was watching him this morning. All he wanted to talk about was the tight ends, but he was right on that one. Gronk had a big catch there.
Marcus Peters able to trot off the field. He's replaced by Jamel Fleming. 3rd and 5 for Osweiler.
Taylor! Omaha!
They're coming after him. Quick pass. Demaryius Thomas has the first down. Ducks inside the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, 3-on-3 to the outside. Dontari Poe is actually, they ran a blitz off the edge and tried dropping out Poe into coverage. Big man getting down the field to be in on that tackle.
80-yard drive so far for the Denver Broncos.
Taylor!
They'll give it to Hillman. And Hillman maybe a yard on the play to the 18. And Jay Howard in the middle of that tackle.
Some point in time, you got to try and take a shot into the end zone, working all this underneath stuff. I know that's what the Chiefs want to do is keep them away from that big play up the field, but now you're inside the 20. If you can find that one-on-one matchup, if you find something you like, this would be the space to try and go get it.
On 2nd and 8, Osweiler throwing far side of the field. That's complete. And Andre Caldwell. Forward progress going to be marked at about the 12. And there's no way the Denver Broncos are thinking field goals here.
No, this is definitely 4-down territory, and with it being a 22-0 game, it's a 3-possession game. So you can get the touchdown and the extra point and still plenty of time left in the game. Broncos putting together a nice drive. Osweiler putting together some nice consecutive throws here. Osweiler right now 6 of 11 for 56 yards, getting some good things going, getting some confidence built.
Marcus Peters still a spectator on the Kansas City sideline, and so is Peyton Manning. Osweiler in trouble and goes down at the 22. Justin Houston, the NFL's sack leader a year ago with 22, comes up with a big one.
Justin Houston coming off the edge here. He doesn't fall for it. He gets upfield and is able to come through and sweep the legs and get the sack. As Greg and I just got done talking about, this is 4-down territory.
So 4th and 10. Osweiler needs the 10-yard line for a first down to keep this drive alive. Gonna go for it all. Tipped and intercepted in the end zone. And Eric Berry has the football and is gonna bring it out to the 15. And he's knocked around until he's brought down. Forward progress is gonna be marked at about the 18-yard line.
Ball underthrown just a little bit as Sean Smith was able to jump up and tip the ball. Eric Berry with the hustle to get over, to get in position and come up with the interception.
And maybe running it out of the end zone wasn't the best idea.
Anytime we bring a new speaker into the studio, we tune the speaker for the room. Now you can do the same thing at home that we do in the studio. I can think of no better feeling than to close your eyes and disappear into the music.
Let me I am everything I have ever been.
What's it like to be the boss of you? Pretty great. How about a 10% raise? How about 20? How about done? That's the kind of control I like. And that's what they give me at National Car Rental. I can choose any car in the aisle I want without having to ask anyone. Who better to be the boss of you than me? I mean, you. Us. Go National. Go like a pro.
Thank you for calling Dish. This is Jill.
Hi, I'm Joe, and I heard I can lock in my price if I switch to Dish.
Yep, it's just $49.99 every month for 2 years. And you get 190 channels.
So my price won't go up? How do you do that?
How do we do it?
This is how we do
It's the Dish 2-year TV price lock. $49.99 every month for 2 years.
You get Netflix or NFL Red Zone from NFL Network included for 1 year.
Oh, yeah. Lock me in, Jill.
Call 1-800-DISH-LOCK or visit dish.com.
Something was missing in Rodney's life. That was NFL Now, the easiest way to get more football since the dawn of the pigskin. Suddenly, he wasn't just Rodney, he was the Oracle of Rod.
You are watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 50.
365 straight games of scoring, the longest active streak in the NFL. The Denver Broncos looking at a shutout right now with 12:03 to play in regulation. And the Chiefs looking to take some time off the clock. Let's go down to Jamie.
Greg, Trent mentioned this already. We are coming up on a year since Eric Berry was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. He underwent chemotherapy as treatment, comes all the way back through training camp. But Andy Reid put it perfectly yesterday in our meeting. As his hair has come back, Eric Berry's game has come back for this Kansas City defense, and Reid attributes a lot of the leadership and a lot of the turnaround for the last 2 games, back-to-back wins, to Eric Berry.
Well, you're right, Jamie. They all do. Berry diagnosed November of 2014, returned to the field August of 2015. 2nd and 9. Smith throwing, wide open and complete to West. West, midfield, and more. On his way to the end zone. Can they catch him? They cannot. Touchdown, Kansas City. And a late penalty flag at the goal line.
At first, I wasn't sure if Alex Smith was going to catch West coming out of the backfield. When he initially went out of the backfield, nobody was on him. But Alex had to slide it to get away from pressure. And he was able to hit Charcandrick West in that second window, and obviously West took it to the house from there.
That has triggered an exodus here in Denver. Well, they're still huddled up trying to figure this out, what happened at the goal line.
Well, Macklin came in with a late block on TJ Ward. And then Ward turned around and flopped on top of Macklin. So my guess is since West was already into the end zone, they're going to get something on Macklin.
The touchdown is good. after the touchdown. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, a blow to the head. Defense, number 43. That player is ejected from the game for his act. The 15-yard foul will be assessed on the kickoff.
And that is T.J. Ward. So T.J. Ward is gone for the rest of this fourth quarter.
Macklin comes in for the block. Here's Ward here. Macklin's going to come in, and you'll see as he comes in for the block, and then watch Ward go down on top of him that second time, and I believe that's what brings the penalty.
Looks like he swung his right arm as he landed. Watch the right arm. There it is. And so Ward is done for the day. An 80-yard touchdown pass for Alex Smith, the longest of his career. Santos for the extra point. And with 11:10 to play, Kansas City in charge. Charcandrick West to the end zone. Alex Smith, a job well done. 29-0.
This mountain doesn't own a watch. It's not in a hurry to get where it's going. And yet, after millions of years, it has arrived. It's what inspired us to cold age our beer, which, thankfully, takes a little less than a million years. Coors Light, born in the Rockies.
Do you feel the buzz?
Only Wendy's makes a deal feel like a meal. Introducing our new 4 for $4. $4 for a junior bacon cheeseburger, nuggets, fries, and a drink. You're still sitting there? That's fresh, never frozen beef, sizzling bacon, and so much more. Get 4 for $4 now at Wendy's.
Go, 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 go! Go, 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 go!
You're there every step of the way.
Go, 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 go! Yay!
Help them go further with the protection of life insurance from New York Life. Get started today.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon. Watch live primetime games with NFL Mobile, only on Verizon. Clean, crisp Coors Light. And by New York Life, here to help you keep good going.
Because of the penalty, this will be teed up at the 50-yard line. 81 yards on the two-play drive, the last 80 coming Alex Smith to Charcandrick West. And Santos will just sail this one out of everybody's reach. And they'll start at the 20. Let's go back to that TD.
Charcandrick West coming out of the backfield is uncovered. Initially, I thought Alex Smith was going to miss him. That outside release here. When he initially comes off the line, nobody covers him, and I thought for a second Alex was going to miss him, and then he's able to locate him after sliding his feet a little bit and makes Ward miss at the top, as Ward's the only safety back, and then there you see the penalty as the punch comes in by Ward to Macklin.
So West has carried 20 times for 53 yards and a touchdown, and he's caught 3 passes for 92 and a touchdown. Osweiler. And that is complete to Vernon Davis. And Vernon Davis makes his first catch as a member of the Broncos.
And coming into this game, they had talked to us about Vernon Davis being more involved in this game plan. They were going to get the combination of Owen Daniels and Vernon Davis, and they thought there would be some matchups that they could take advantage of. There were plenty of packages in place to take advantage of, and really got nothing going offensively there in the first half. And as you said, Greg, that's his first catch.
This is Hillman. Hillman to the 40 and ducks out of bounds just across the 45-yard line. I was looking for the word to try to describe Denver's offense. Sporadic doesn't even cover it today, does it? They've been frustrated almost every turn.
Very frustrating. You can't even say inconsistent because they haven't even shown spurts of having some success. This is, you know, the earlier drive before the interception that Osweiler had was a sustained drive, and here now they put a couple plays back to back, but really got nothing going of any sort of continuity throughout the day.
Osweiler trying to get away, and Canton goes down at the 40, and that is number 50, Justin Houston again.
Houston once again bringing the pressure coming off the edge up top. D Ford bringing the other pressure, caused him to step up, and Houston able to grab onto that ankle. That's a big old 6'8" body.
I was about to say, that's a heck of a target. You can't miss him. So second and long yardage for Osweiler now, under 9.5 to play, and that quick pass is complete. And Benny Fowler moves his way to the 41-yard line and a first down. And once again to New York, and once again JB and Coach Cowher.
Giants trying to capitalize on the turnover.
New England up by one driving, but Trumaine McBride steps in front of a pass intended for Brandon LaFell, and the Giants get another turnover. Down by 1 point with the ball with 4 minutes to go in the game.
Back to Greg Gumbel.
How about that diving interception at the goal line? Huh?
Yeah, it's a costly mistake right there, and great play by the Giants.
Osweiler with all kinds of time this time, and that's complete. Going across the field, and for another first down is Cody Latimer.
That's great recognition by Brock Osweiler, recognizing he has a wide receiver matched up on an inside linebacker. And when you're trying to piece together, it's about matchups in the NFL, and you're trying to find those best matchups. And if you can locate that type of matchup with a wide receiver on a linebacker, you want to go to it. And just hitting a little drag route ultimately ends up becoming a big game.
Interesting, isn't it, that Osweiler got probably more practice, more reps than he usually gets this week, because Peyton Manning was limited in practice with his foot injury. That is incomplete, going through the hands of Juwan Thompson.
And you're right, Greg. Peyton didn't practice on Wednesday, and he had limited practice the next few days because of dealing with that foot, and then as we learned later in the week, dealing with a rib injury as well. So Osweiler getting plenty of work leading up to this game, and he's done some good things here today in some extended playing time.
These were his first snaps of the season today.
Taylor!
Osweiler on 2nd and 10, and that is incomplete, and that looked like it went right through the hands of Cody Latimer. Early on today, Peyton Manning passed Brett Favre to become the all-time leader in passing yardage. But after that, things went downhill. Things started to go downhill even before he passed Brett Favre with the Marcus Peters interception.
And a lot of it was facilitated by the pressure that the Chiefs were able to apply all day, and not necessarily transition into sacks against Peyton Manning, but the pressure they were able to put on him and force him into some bad throws.
3rd and 10. There's a terrific throw by Osweiler. Let's see where they spot forward progress to Demaryius Thomas. Osweiler showing off his arm there. And we have a Chief down on the ground. That is Sean Smith. Osweiler coming right at you with the pass to Demaryius Thomas.
Introducing the biggest of 5 sizes on Verizon's new Simple plan. 18 glorious gigs for $100 a month plus $20 per phone. That's 50% more data for just $20 more. So you can do more of what you love without compromising on a so-so network. Because Verizon is the #1 network in speed, call, data, and reliability. What's better than that? Get the Droid Turbo 2. And get up to $300 when you trade in your phone and buy a new one on the best network.
I take Prilosec OTC each morning for my frequent heartburn. Because you can't beat zero heartburn. Ah, the sweet taste of it.
Prilosec OTC. 1 pill each morning, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
Go Pack Go.
What did you order, Coach?
A Big Mac for me
and fries for a little dip you.
McDonald's and the NFL are teaming up like never before. One lucky winner will get $500,000. It's time to play Game Time Gold. Who's your team?
Okay, Google, show me pictures of Fogo Head Rock.
Here you go.
Huh. What's the name of this park?
Here is Brimstone Head Park.
Are moose dangerous?
Moose are among the most dangerous regularly encountered animals in the world.
Guys, it's just a caribou.
An opening twist.
I want NCIS to arrest me for murder.
A startling turn.
I do not like being lied to.
And an ending you won't see coming.
You should leave.
New NCIS. Then, a blackout in the Big Easy makes solving crime even tougher.
The monsters come out in the dark.
Night just got a whole lot darker.
New NCIS New Orleans after NCIS Tuesday.
Sean Smith was able to walk off the field. He's standing on the sideline. Meanwhile, Marcus Peters has returned to the secondary. Jamel Fleming stays in and replaces Sean Smith at the other corner. That is Peters. 2 big interceptions today. First down now for Osweiler and the Broncos at the Kansas City 16. Osweiler pulls it down a couple of times, running out of time, and goes down, and that's Mike DeVito.
DeVito missing all of last season with a torn Achilles that he suffered in week 1. Just staying steady pressure as Osweiler's hanging on to the ball.
That one just felt like it was great coverage in the secondary, Trent.
Nowhere for him to go with the football.
So they're backed up now to the 23 for 2nd and 17. Coming up on 7 minutes to play. That's complete. Demaryius Thomas getting a block, looking for running room, squeezes his way down to the 16, and we go down to Jamie.
Sean Smith was on the sideline. He looked like he wanted to go back in on that sack, but he took one step with his right leg and grimaced a little bit. So he's back on the training table right now. They're taking a look at his right knee.
All right, Jamie, thank you. Clock continues to move, and the Broncos appear to be in much hurry to come out of the huddle. 3rd and 10.
Double duel, double duel, double duel. We're good. Omaha, set.
That pass is complete. Inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the 1-yard line is Cody Latimer.
Latimer is lined up on the outside. He's just going to come underneath. He's going to hit him before. Looks like Derek Johnson trying to get out underneath it. Osweiler with good recognition, getting the ball on him quickly before Derek Johnson could undercut it. And then Latimer getting it up the field inside the 5.
So 1st and goal from the 1. Ronnie Hillman behind Osweiler, and we get a whistle.
Prior to the snap, defense, 12 men, half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
Just a reminder, those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS and our game between Kansas City and Denver, along with Trent Green and Jamie Erdahl. Greg Gumbel here in Denver. It is a 29-0 lead for the Chiefs. 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following this game, except on the West Coast, where it will be seen at its regularly scheduled time. Scott Pelley is in Paris to further break down the horrific events that have happened there in the past few days. 5:45 and counting on the clock. The ball inches away from the end zone.
180! What's up?
Osweiler for Hillman, and Hillman to the end zone for the touchdown and the day's first score for the Denver Broncos.
Just running off the left side of the Broncos offensive line, able to get into the end zone.
And they will go for 2 points here. With 5:27 to play. Strange to see Peyton Manning as a bystander, an onlooker. Osweiler gonna run for it. Oh, and he's hit hard at the 3-yard line. Eric Berry coming up from his safety position to put a lick on the quarterback. So the score remains 29-6, Kansas City, the Chiefs, from the very start, the better team today.
Hey Siri, read me my unread emails.
Prince Asif sent you an email about life-changing opportunity, if you please. It says, I have a once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunity for the making of many of millions of currency. Would you like to reply?
Yeah.
Okay, what would you like the email to say?
Sign me up.
Okay, Bill, here's your email message to Prince Asif.
Thank you, Barry.
I got you something to keep you warm. On the inside.
At Jared, we only sell one piece of jewelry for the holidays. The one that melts her heart. And it's waiting for you. At Jared.
When a moment turns romantic, why pause to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and the free 30-tablet trial.
TV's #1 new comedy, Life in Pieces, after The Big Bang Theory, CBS Thursday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Subway. The legendary sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Subway, eat fresh. And by Cialis.
Back in Denver with 5:27 to play here in the fourth quarter, and in all likelihood an onside kick coming from the Denver Broncos. A 12-play, 80-yard scoring drive led by Brock Osweiler. The injury that Jamie spoke of, Sean Smith, to his right knee, his return is now questionable for the rest of this game. There's the onside kick. It travels 10 yards, and it's picked up by the Chiefs' Anthony Sherman. Hey, Thursday on NFL Network, star rookie Marcus Mariota leads the Titans into an AFC South clash with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Thursday Night Football, Thursday at 8, only on NFL Network. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, as we mentioned earlier, with the most impressive win on the road at Baltimore today. You look at the AFC South.
Well, and it is. You have two young quarterbacks that are exciting to watch, starting to come into their own a little bit. Yeah, their records aren't indicating that the teams are having success, but as you just mentioned, Greg, Jacksonville getting a big win today on a 53-yard field goal as time expired.
Let me hit you with this one, because I know this is the first question that's going to hit Gary Kubiak in the post game. Do you start Peyton Manning next week at Chicago?
You definitely start Peyton Manning next week. I think this is Peyton Manning's football team. I think it just wasn't a good day for him. Yes, he set the all-time passing record, and that's an amazing accomplishment, but you can look at his numbers on the day. He just didn't have it today, and I think it's important for him moving forward to, you know what, sometimes games like this happen, and you get ready to roll, and I'm sure Peyton's going to come back fired up.
The oddity is it doesn't happen to number 18 all that often.
No, back-to-back losses here in Denver is unheard of for Peyton Manning, and the type of day that he had today is unheard of. But 2 losses in a row, last week against Indianapolis and then here today against Kansas City. They definitely have some things they need to address on the offensive side of the ball.
Peyton Manning had gone against the Kansas City Chiefs 15 times in his career, beaten them 14 times, and the only loss, let me see, who was that? It was to you.
Yeah, you know what, that was, we had played them in the playoffs in 2003, and it was a game where neither team punted, and Peyton was able to come away. Peyton and the Indianapolis Colts able to come away with the win that day, and then the following year in 2004, we got to play them on Halloween, and it was one of those shootout kind of games.
Let's flash back, shall we? Peyton threw for 472 yards, but the Chiefs were led by you. You threw for 389 and 3 touchdowns, and you won it 45-35. Peyton's numbers: 5 touchdowns and 1 interception. And Trent Green, let's see, 389, 3 touchdowns and no interception.
You saw that last highlight. You saw 88 climbing the ladder. You know, Tony Gonzalez, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame for a reason. So I was smart enough to throw to the right guys.
I can't tell you how proud I am sitting here with you. So Cairo Santos in to attempt a 48-yarder. And Andy Reid going to call timeout on the far side and stops the clock with 2:57 remaining. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes. Scott Pelley reporting from Paris, followed by new episodes of Madam Secretary, The Good Wife, and CSI Cyber only. CBS.
How about Cairo Santos now going for a 6th field goal today? He had a game earlier where he had 7 field goals in a game, but been able to put together a very good day and take advantage of the field position that the Chiefs defense was able to give the offense all day.
How many times have we seen a team really lament the fact that they go deep into territory and come away with no points?
It is, but with how well the Chiefs defense was playing today, and I know we're talking over the top of Gene's territory here, but the fact that the Chiefs defense was playing so well, they were getting so many turnovers, and having that field position, you're okay settling for field goals when it's that type of game.
Cairo Santos, 5 field goals today. Peyton Manning, 5 completed passes today. Santos from 48 yards out. High snap, and it was off to the right. Dustin Colquitt had to reach up for the snap, got it back down, and Santos pushed it to the right. Let's get another update from New York City. JB, Coach Bill Cowher.
Nip and tuck in the Meadowlands.
Josh Brown's 4th field goal of the day gives the Giants a 2-point lead, but Tom Brady gets the ball back with 1:47 to go and no timeouts. Can he do it again?
Back to Greg and Trent.
You know what they're saying at Giant Stadium, don't you? Uh-oh.
That's not a real comfort zone for the Giants. You give him a minute 47. I know they said he doesn't have any timeouts, but he's done a whole lot more with a lot less time. So
the score remains 29-6, 3:08 to play, and Osweiler now operating from his own 38-yard line. Going to go deep, down the far sideline. Contact is made, penalty marker is thrown. Marcus Peters on Cody Latimer.
Pass interference. Defense, number 22. Spot foul, automatic. First down.
You know, Marcus Peters is involved in almost everything today, isn't he?
Well, he's an excitable player. We've had a chance to talk to him in the past, and heck of a young player. Just the contact down the field with the ball in the air. This is an easy call for the official to make. You can hold your arms out all you want, Marcus. They're gonna call that.
Andy Reid has pulled his young cornerback off the field and replaced him with Steven Nelson.
They're trying to get him to calm down over there.
So now here are the Broncos at the Kansas City 26. Osweiler throwing, that's complete. Inside the 20 to the 15-yard line is Vernon Davis. Davis arrives in Denver with 55 career touchdown catches in his 10th season out of Maryland.
When you start looking at this game as a whole, Greg, and you go back to the first game, the Chiefs had 5 interceptions in that first game, and Denver was able to come away with the win. And Denver's sitting at 5 turnovers today, and the Chiefs have put themselves in position to win.
Andre Caldwell had that ball shaken loose by Eric Berry. Meanwhile, for the Kansas City Chiefs, they travel to San Diego next week to take on another divisional foe, the Chargers. Then they're home to Buffalo, at Oakland, then home to play San Diego.
And if you go just off of winning percentages, the Chiefs have the easiest schedule in the NFL over the final 7 weeks of the season.
Osweiler dancing free inside the 10 to about the 7. And within 2 yards of a first down. And that looks like that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in Denver. From the moment they arrived, it's been all Kansas City.
The manpower, the will, mobilizing to take on the world? You don't know ARP. AARP and AARP Foundation are taking on hunger with 31 million meals donated. Drive to End Hunger teams with local agencies to reach the hungriest among us. If you don't think ending hunger when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Find more surprising possibilities and get to know us at aarp.org/possibilities.
What's with the helmet?
Oh, well, I got a life coach.
What's that like?
Wake up! Take the stairs! Say hello!
Hello.
Not him, her!
Hello.
No. 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 No.
You don't need a life coach. Subway makes better choices easy, like the low-fat, sweet onion chicken teriyaki. All white meat, crisp veggies, freshly baked bread, under 400 calories. Subway, eat fresh.
Come on, use your head!
Making Christmas wishes come true from wherever you are, and having dreams delivered to your door. For some of us, that's all in a day's work. Shop the way you live, love the way you shop, and experience more wonder every day. Walmart.
The Paris attacks. A survivor's harrowing account.
Quite deliberately, shot, looked, stopped.
60 Minutes, tonight.
Just a reminder, tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and Scott Pelley reporting from Paris. That's followed by new episodes of Madam Secretary, The Good Wife, and CSI Cyber, only CBS. Broncos at the Kansas City 8-yard line, 3rd and 2. And Osweiler had to throw it away. Josh Maga coming right at him up the middle. So on first down, they need 3 yards. Fourth down, they need 3 yards for a first down, 8 yards for a touchdown.
Well, they have one person going to the end zone and one person come underneath. A lot of times that ends up being in one of those bunch sets where somebody goes flat and you crisscross and find someone that can pick up the first down unless you find a matchup on the backside. We got Demaryius, but he's in double coverage on the backside.
Osweiler escapes once, throwing, end zone, diving catch for the touchdown by Andre Caldwell.
Or you can spin, do a 360, slide to your left, move to your right, come back up. You know, it's yeah, sometimes it just works out for you.
Dodges a couple of Chiefs, a couple of his own
mobility.
guys.
Good mobility in his good mobility in the pocket, and then keeping his eyes up the field. A lot of times young quarterbacks are quarterbacks that have the experience level of Brock Osweiler, you know, they tend to put their eyes down and want to take off and run. That time keeping his eyes up, found Caldwell in the back of the end zone.
And at 6'8", he gets a better view than most.
Yes.
Brandon McManus for the extra point. And it is good. So now it's 29-13 with 1:45 to play. And a reminder, coming up next, 60 Minutes, except on the West Coast, where it'll be seen at its regularly scheduled time. Scott Pelley over in Paris. The NFL in the headlines as well. So you would presume another onside kick upcoming from the Denver Broncos?
Considering they started the second half with an onside kick, I'm pretty sure they're gonna attempt another one. We've seen a surprise onside kick, we've seen a traditional onside kick, and we even saw the one where they act like they're going right and they come back to the left. So I think they've used up their bag of onside kicks. It's a matter of which one they're going to choose and trying to get that lucky bounce.
I'm sure Gary Kubiak will be asked about that too, starting the second half with that, but I get the feeling he's just looking for some kind of a spark for his team.
You had to. You had to. The offense, as we've mentioned, the offense only had 40 yards in the first half. So trying to get a little bit of a spark, get the ball back quickly, get the ball at midfield. And another factor is he has confidence in his defense. So he gave the ball up at the 50, and Kansas City wasn't able to do anything with it. So it was a good calculated risk coming out in the second half.
Lots of guys up front for the Chiefs. And it is grabbed at the 45-yard line by Daniel Sorensen. And let's go down to Jamie.
Greg, Gene Steratore happy to have one of his teammates back on the sideline today. Line judge Gary Arthur. It was in Denver week 1. He took a brutal block in the back on a punt return. He suffered 9 broken ribs, a broken collarbone, and a partially collapsed lung. He told me he's lost 15 pounds in his rehab coming back from those injuries. He had to stay in Denver for 4 days after to have surgery on his collarbone, but he's happy to be back. He told me it's pretty cool that my return is back in Denver, the site that this all happened, and his teammates as well on the officiating crew were pumped to have him here.
Yeah, good for you, Gary. Glad to have you back. Kansas City now looking to run out the clock, and this is Charcandrick West, just short of the 35-yard line. The Denver Broncos, as they move forward. They're at Chicago next week. Then New England will be here before they travel to San Diego. Most of the road games are gone for the Broncos. They just have 3 more on the road in Chicago, in San Diego, and at Pittsburgh. And we have another player down on the field. That is Derek Wolfe, number 95. And he is up. We've had more than our fair share of hard hits in this game this afternoon.
This has been a very physical game, and Andy Reid talked to us about that his team had to come in here with an attitude, and they felt good about the way they'd been playing prior to the bye week. They got rested up a little bit. His tradition is, he's got such an incredible record, 14-2 coming off of the bye week in his head coaching career, that he felt good about his team getting prepared for this.
To the 32, and we check in once again, JB and Coach Cowher in New York.
The drama continues.
Trent, you said it. With 1 second left, Stephen Gostkowski, 54 yards. He hasn't missed this year. There's 1 second left, and the New England leads 27-26.
Back to Greg Gumbel.
The undefeated dream stays alive in the Northeast.
Well, Coach, I'd like to tell you that I'm always right, but that was a lot of time for Tom Brady to have. And
let me just tell Coach, you're never right. You're never right.
I had one earlier today. What are you talking about? It was on a replay. I had the interception that they overturned. So it's fun to be right a couple times in a day.
So there will be one more snap before this one winds down, and we will give the win to Kansas City and the loss to Denver. Denver loses its second straight and falls to 7-2. Kansas City has now won 3 in a row as they improve to 4-5, and they're tied with the Oakland Raiders in the AFC West. And by the way, the New England Patriots have closed out that win over the New York Giants.
When you saw where the Chiefs are tied with the Raiders at 4-5, they have the Raiders coming up a couple times here in this final stretch, and Raiders lost the game today to Minnesota. So Andy Reid's got the Chiefs right back in the thick of things.
Now 15-2 after a bye week. That is Andy Reid's record. Peyton and Alex Smith shaking midfield. Our final score, 29-13 Kansas City. Up next, 60 Minutes, followed by Madam Secretary, The Good Wife, and CSI Cyber. For Trent Green, for Jamie Erdahl, for all of our crew here in Denver, Greg Gumbel saying so long from Sports Authority Field at Mile High. You've been watching the NFL on CBS, the home of Super Bowl 50.
I absolutely love my New York apartment, but the rent is outrageous. Good thing Geico offers affordable renters insurance. With great coverage, it protects my personal belongings should they get damaged, stolen, or destroyed. Excuse me.
Delivery. Hey, lo mein, Szechuan chicken, chopsticks, soy sauce, and you got some fortune cookies. Have a good one.
These small New York apartments.
Protect your belongings. Let Geico help you with renter's insurance.
CBS Sports presents the Geico Play of the Day.
In the Steel City, Ben Roethlisberger sub for an injured Landry Jones put on quite a show for the home crowd. With 42 seconds remaining in the second quarter, he throws over the Browns' Pierre Desir, connects with Martavis Bryant in the end zone for a 32-yard touchdown. The score helped Pittsburgh defeat Cleveland and improve to 6-4 on the season.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Transparency. Philosophy created by Southwest Airlines in which customers are treated honestly and fairly and low fares actually stay low. Anybody got an in with those Merriam-Webster people?
CBS Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
Catch a new Elementary. CBS this Thursday, 10/9 Central.
There's more than one route to the top. The 2016 Lexus LS and the new LX. Each offering leading-edge comfort, safety, and performance technologies. The ultimate in refinement meets the ultimate in capability. This is the pursuit of perfection.
Where were you born? It's a question asked all the time. Because where you're from shapes who you are, inspires how you do things. And when that inspiration comes from a place this refreshing, this majestic, this... well, you get the idea. Coors Light, born in the Rockies.
I've seen the prizes and the amount of people just skyrocket.
FanDuel's one-week fantasy football leagues run all the way through the playoffs.
Every week, you have a brand new, fresh slate. There's so many contests from $1 to $1,000, and they're huge prize pools.
It's not over yet. Keep your season alive and join the millions of people who've already won money with FanDuel's one-week leagues.
You're already in a fantasy league. You already know all the information.
Try FanDuel today. We'll match your first deposit up to $200. Go to FanDuel.com and enter promo code AGILE2.
When StubHub tells Alan there are 2 tickets in his favorite section at his set price, Alan says,
Booyah!
playoffs.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
This is DirecTV, now part of the AT&T family and home of the Red Zone, the Fantasy Zone, the Dan Patrick Show, 20 years of NFL Sunday Ticket, Rich Eisen, and America's premier source for sports entertainment.